Greetings to you. Thank you. Let the hearts begin. Come on, let me see the hearts beating. Let me see the hearts beating. Let me see the hearts beating. That's it. That's nice. I like the thumbs up. It is not easy for me, folks, to be Dr. Prasad. It's not easy, as at least you would understand. Those of you who are watching and you're following, you are reading the threats online, you are hearing in the grapevine on the streets what is being said about Dr. Prasad. So you know it's not easy for me. It's a challenge. It's an economic challenge. It's a social challenge for me. But the reason why I continue what I do is because I know that you have my back. I can depend on you. I trust you with my life. This is why I continue. Because we have one thing in common. Keep Guyana great. And President Irfaan Ali was correct yesterday. We need to get into the homes, the communities, the churches. Yes, President Ali, we need to get there. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I'm Dr. L. Prasad. Azirin Mohammed. I want you to share this because I want the people of WIN to hear me. I want them to understand. I want you to share this. I want you to comment so the algorithm can get this to the people of WIN, just the WIN people, and PNC, or I should say PNC because they are WIN. Either way, I want them to understand this. Azirin, was it Imtiaz? Azirin Imtiaz Muhammad. Hear me out. I am hyper sex. I have a very high sexual appetite. I'm horny all the time, all day, all night, every day. I was born this way. But one of the things I've never done, as her dean, is fantasized over my sister, pursued my sister, or sexually assault, or actually became sexually intimate with my sisters or sister or whatever. Never. I am not that desperate. Ask Herdine. You're here? Incest? Allegedly. Azradin, you were the first man for your bodyguard. Hannah, the Russian spy. Did you took her virginity? I mean, it's your sister, right? It's a question. Come on, I can ask questions, right? It's not illegal to ask questions. I can ask questions. Did you or did you not ask Herdine had sex with your sister? I'll leave it there. You seem to like women, like most men. I too. But you're taking it a notch. You're making big donations. You always seem to target the vulnerable women who would easily compromise. We'll get back to that. What I want to start with today, I want to talk to this respect to the homosexual community. I need to address one of your own, meaning somebody who identified or identifies as homosexual. This guy they call Orlando Pereira or Ferreira or some shit, some name like that. He's based somewhere there in the US. So I am talking to him in his capacity as a proud homosexual. Even though your boss that is financing you, Miss Orlando Ferreira, he hates people like you, but I guess when it comes to spreading fake news for him and attacking members of the PPP, Muhammad would make an exception. Gay or straight, as long as you can talk for him, he'll turn his back. Unlike his sister, the other one that says that it's against Islam to take anybody into the church. There is a special row that only dedicates for her and her family. Everybody else should be at the back. You know, the typical Shia Muslim mentality that her brother rightly said and she endorsed it. The sister of Azirin, that what Guyana is coming to, what the PPP is encouraging, or President Ali for that matter, because the PPP has all kinds of religions in there. So they're talking about President Ali. At the time of Ramadan, that he should not allow or encourage non-Muslims, especially not gay people, to put foot on the grounds of the mosque. Yes, Hanif or whatever, they have some fucked up names. But the sister of Azirin, the idiot one, the stupid one. So yes, we know this stuff with you people. But understand, idiot, that your father and your brother, you have your own mosque. You have your own mosque. So speak for your mosque on that Muhammad's building. You don't take anybody there. That's good. That's your private stuff. But don't pronounce over public mosque. What the fuck is wrong with you? Education is free in Guyana. You are never too old to enroll. The Muslim brother, President Irfaan Ali, has made education free, not mandatory, free. So while you are still aged and stupid, you have a chance to reform that stupidity and at least get some fucking common sense. You can, sister of Azirin. Or were you one of them? Did he take yours too? Anyway, this Orlando guy, Ferreira, let me address you. I'm also Hindu. I identify as Indo-Guyanese and I'm Hindu. The people who live like pigs and who literally sleep in shit are fucking niggas like you. Okay, Orlando? Niggas like you. I want to say something, but I may offend the gay community. So I'll direct it just to this asshole. Orlando Ferreira, or Pereira, or whatever pussy name you have, homosexual girls like you likes to suck on dicks. And usually the kind of men that you go after in the ghetto, they have very poor hygiene. So when you're sucking on their dicks, you're actually sucking shit off their dicks. So if you want to put a people that's living in poop, that's you and them ghetto thugs that you bend over for. But the Indian community in New York, they build fucking New York. They're the ones who build New York so people like you and the others, I don't know where you're located, can get welfare. Okay? All them niggas, Mark Benchcop, Rick Fudbork, Smelly Smell, and all of them, you are getting welfare from the American government because of the Indo community, not just Indo-Guyanese. Indians from India that you're cussing out, they build fucking New York. It ain't the Caucasian who built it. It's the Indians who built it. It's called Little India. And when they say Little Guyana, they mean Little India. Because niggas have nothing in America. Nothing, absolutely nothing. They don't pay taxes, they don't have jobs, they don't own businesses, they're a bunch of dumb skull, and the best place that they find solitude is in prison. So when you're referring to people who live in shit, is the fucking Africans from the shithole country in Africa, niggas like yourself, live in shit. And it's the Indians and the Hindus who gotta bail them the fuck out. You understand? So why don't you get off some nigger dick? Because you can't suck an Azirin, you have to go to federal prison to do that. He wouldn't be visiting you. And the folks who want him to visit England, what are you, stupid? You want him to visit England? Ferreira, Orlando, you trans girl, trans boy, whatever title, you know, I'm not good with titles and stuff. The greatest people on this planet are the Indians. They are the first and they shall be the last. They were great first. They had the first civilization that every other country has modeled. Every other civilization modeled the civilization of India. Every other fucking religion, and I can challenge that. I can challenge that. I don't give a shit what religion you're from. I don't give a shit. And I'm speaking in general. Every religion on this fucking planet, everyone, came out of the Hindu religion, the Sanskrit. Every fucking religion. You understand? I can challenge that. Anybody. So don't let's go down that road. Or we can go down that road. It's not a problem. But you people need to pick a fight with opponents that you can actually win. But stop attacking the Hindus. Stop. I'm talking about them fucking low-life Indians or coolie that run after Win and take his fucking money and is shitting, sliming under the PNC. I'm talking about them. I'm not talking about them. I don't give a shit what happens to them. I give a shit what happens to the decent, respectable, law-abiding, progressive Indo brothers and sisters, not just in Guyana, everywhere in the world, who make their contribution to society, who make their contribution to humanity, who do their job to further the stability and progress of peoples everywhere. For them, I shall stand up for. So when you disrespect Hindus, you disrespect me. Because I identify as one. Okay? Now you and Muhammad, and by the way, you must understand he's also Indian, right? You niggas know that, don't you? The ones that are taking his money or taking his sponsorship to attack other Indians, you must understand that he is Indian. And at the end of the day, his identity of a Shia Muslim extremist doesn't exclude him from the fact that he is biologically, by virtue of DNA, Indo-Guyanese from fucking India. Just bear that in mind. When you stupid gallivanting yourself around, pussyfooting and think that you're doing him a favor, attacking people like him. Okay? Good. I asked the question before about Muhammad and his sister. I'm going to ask another question. I can exhaust the program about the court case and fucking court case and court case. I can exhaust the program. But you see, when your bitch is in charge of the proceedings, you don't got to worry. You know? Any woman that's not your wife is your bitch. Your wife ain't your bitch unless you can treat her like that in the bedroom. Some women like that. They like when you treat them like a bitch in the bedroom, But outside, that's your wife. Your side chick is always the bitch. Ain't no other title for her. Her purpose is to pleasure you. But in your case, pleasure her. Anyway, like I said, Azirin asked Herdin, are you a woman beater? Because my sources told me. You see, I have sources within the Wind camp, not the Wind camp, the Azirin camp. Sources deep in the camp. And this is how I get my information. They revealed to me about the whole sister thing, and also that you like to beat women. Azirin, that you usually beat your wife. One of these days, she might break. Maybe when you're in federal prison. Maybe she'll go to red thread, or she'll go to get counseling because you are an abusive husband. You tend to hold her responsible for the fact that your kids are invalids. You blame her for that. Maybe you should have just married your sister. I mean, some cultures do it. The Rothschild, they marry their cousins and their family. It's a thing in the Bible. The Christian Bible, they have cases where people marry their siblings, and it happens. It's not something strange. I mean, they have the law that they said you can't be in incest. That's the law. So since you are always saying fuck the law, then you could also have done that. Fuck the law, marry your sister. You could have gotten some Muhammad's kids. But why are you abusing your wife? Why do you beat her? Did she send you to commit crime? Why are you taking it out on her? You can't beat the Negroes. You got to hire some hitman to take out some nigger that you don't like. But you yourself can't do them anything. You are afraid of black people. You got to get black people to hurt black people that you want to get hurt. You got to pay some big bucks. But that gold guy that you wanted to kill, he in black? Oh yeah, I forgot. You like blood. But why your wife? Why are you a woman beater, Azirin? You even beat your father. This is not just your wife. It is alleged that you also abused your father, Shell. Yes, Shell is not the boss. You are. You abuse your father. One source said that you, at one time, they noticed you slapped him for something. You slapped your own father. What the fuck, man? And you wonder why this kind of curse has rained down on you? Look, you aren't the only criminal, Azirin. You aren't the only person who smuggled gold or drugs or guns or killed people. No, you aren't the first. You wouldn't be the last. But when you are involved in abuse of the people who give life to you, when you curse your mother and you hit your father, you're done. That's it. There's no forgiveness for you under the universe. You're done. They're your gods that created you. And if you can extend, no matter how bad your father is, no matter how cruel he is, if you can take your hand and hit your father for whatever reason, you are fucked for life. You wonder why some people get the kind of karma that they get in their lives. Look at the track record. You beat women. You beat your father, your parents. And you want mercy from the Guyanese people? You want mercy from the Guyanese people? Shit don't happen like that. You are a bad example to your own kids. No wonder you're accusing the woman of giving you invalids. No wonder, because you're the example they have to look at. You're a fucking invalid. So what do you expect the children to model? What do you expect them to model? They're looking at you. You walk like a fucking handicap. You talk like you have some fucking brain disease. What do you expect? Abusing your wife? Your father? Now I'm about to feel a bit thing for Shell because maybe the problems he has, it's not just the crimes he committed. Maybe he has to deal with you and your abuse. Maybe you cuss out the man. Maybe you told him that why didn't he pay Jagdeo off or bribe Ali when he should? Maybe you're now taking it out on him because your days are numbered. You're desperate. Let's fast forward. Let's talk about the whole Allah blessing thing. I have personally checked because I wanted to see if this is a consistent thing with you or if you target specific times and periods to do these public gimmicks. During the elections and leading up to the elections, we saw you making donations and donations. You're pulling out from the money you robbed the people of Guyana. You're making here, there, and so on. Then we realized that, oh, it's elections. You wanted votes. Now we see this charade again. I need a car, Mohammed. Not from you, from Win. You bought 10 cars and you want to give it out. These two teachers that you call, are they your side chick? Are they your side chick? You have ambition. Trust me. Not because you fuck a judge, it means you will be smart in law. Not because you might eat the pussy of some teachers, you might get educated. It don't happen like that. If you want to know the law, you got to go to law school. You want to know education, you should have stayed in primary school. You fucking idiot. But I'm glad for the teachers that you want to give the vehicles to. Is what you said I have a problem with. You have thousands of Muslims, because those people who watch that clip, you got a few clicks, well, a few 100,000, which is good. A lot of them are Muslims, and they're questioning, what the fuck? Allah bless the Muhammad's family. That's why Azirin could do what he has done. I mean, he's speaking just for the cars he donated, because Allah blessed the Muhammad's family, as in you and your father. Two Muslim. Guyana has tens of thousands of Muslims. They pay their taxes. They do their ritual. They did their Ramadan fast. They observed all the texts and the principles of Islam. But they're yet to see the blessing. They're yet to see the blessing. You're saying you're corrupt. You're fingered in murder, assassination attempt, skullduggery, criminal activities. You're indicted. You're about to be extradited. You're wanted. All of that you did. And you're coming out to tell the law-abiding, God-abiding people that your riches is as a result of Allah's blessings. So all them other people who've been living good, paying their taxes, keeping the law, they need to think and rethink their strategies in life. To say this thing ain't paying out. Because if he's a criminal and his whole life is a life of crime, and he can say it's a blessings from God, then maybe they should start doing the same thing. They should start doing the same thing. Because God, in blessing the good guy, in your case, Azirin, you're saying that God blessed the bad guy, which is you. Now, why would Allah leave out your extradition case? Why? He blessed you so far, didn't he? He gave you billions. You're the wealthiest man in Guyana. Why stop there? Why not make the whole case disappear? Why not control the entire judicial system, everybody? God should whisper into their ears and say, hey, that's my prince. Forget this case. Prosecution side, everybody, forget this case because I am blessing Azirin. And a part of my blessing is that you cannot touch him. Don't prosecute him. Cancel the case. Forget the case. He's free to go. Tell Donald Trump, I am God. I'm Allah. And I'm saying, forget this whole thing about Azirin. Why you got to bribe the system? Why you have to have all of these talking points coming out on behalf on the magistrate regarding favoritism? If God has blessed you, why? You mean God don't interfere with law and order? Then President Irfaan Ali is the man of God because he don't interfere with the justice system, just like God don't. So we can very well say God had nothing to do with what you are claiming. You should thank corruption, crime, bribery, scamming the system, evading taxes. You should thank those avenues for your wealth, not God. Because if it is God, please show me the pathway, because I need to get some of that wealth. It's practical, isn't it? Exactly. The system ain't stupid. Every time Azirin opens his mouth, he gives more evidence to the Americans. Every time. He's challenging a system that he has to go very soon and deal with his crimes there. Oh, they're taking notes. Now you talk so much. What happened to the people of Win? What happened to Tabitha Haley and fucking Primus and all these people? Can they write you a script every time you have to go out to say, Azirin, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that, you should avoid this? Can they do that? Or can't your lawyers advise you? Or do you think that you are the man? That you can touch anyone, say anything, and nobody can do anything to you? So far, we have seen that, yes, you've been favored by the court. Okay, good for you. But you are openly confessing to gold smuggling. I thought you said you're innocent. I thought the whole fact that you are fighting this extradition request is because you are innocent. But the Americans have the evidence that a part of your smuggling destination, the main bulk of your crimes were committed on America. It didn't transit. It was committed on America. We're not interested in Dubai. I mean, the Dubai people has to know what they're doing. We're interested in America. They indicted you. You committed crimes against them and against Guyana. So whether you say to America, hey man, I know I smuggled gold, but it didn't land in your country, it passed through your country. So if you're saying you want me to pay for passing through the country, then let's make a deal. But I didn't smuggle it to America, I smuggled it to Dubai. That was my destination, because those guys there pay a lot. That's what you are alleging. You did not smuggle your gold to America because the Americans don't pay. The American market is not, it's too competitive. You know, it's not a supply and demand. But the kingdom of the Middle East, all those countries there where you like to wear those things like you've been there, they pay 10 times more than the Americans. So you just smuggle because there's no direct flight from Guyana, from Curacao, from Suriname, from Venezuela, from Brazil to Dubai. So you have to go through Guyana, Curacao, or Suriname, the Netherlands, and and you have to, but all through your process, you didn't pay any port. You had free reign, free passage. You were a diplomat gold smuggler. Your bag was diplomatic, stamped the seal of diplomacy. That no port that you smuggled through the entry didn't check because, okay, that's a seal, that's an official presidential seal, let it go. So you landed in America, continue on to Dubai, the Middle East, free of cost. So that's why you are fighting this, because it's none of America's business where you smuggle your gold. Guyana should be dealing with that because you had to pay your 7.5% royalty or taxes or whatever, and you didn't. So it's the Guyana government that should press you for this, not the Americans. Okay. Then I tell you what. Here was my take on this. Your lawyers are fighting this not as the indictment. They're fighting the application. They have this permanent secretary woman running around. They're not getting to the point. They're not getting to the point. It's like this. You had sex with a woman. She got pregnant. She got a baby. You cannot take the baby, put her back in the womb, and take the sperm out of the womb and put it back in your dick. Can't do that. The baby is here. That's the extradition, is the baby. Dealing with how you get to the extradition is not the point. The point is you have to be extradited. We don't want to hear about why the baby came. If you apply the proper process, you romance the woman first, you got her aroused, you give her money for sex, you promise not to wear a condom or the condom burst. We don't want to hear none of that shit. Address the elephant in the fucking room. That's the baby is here. Your lawyers, what they're doing is dealing with before the sex happened, what you did there. That, are you sure that he made an agreement not to come in you? No, fuck it. It's your kid. It's here. So this time you are wasting in the court on this witness for almost 6 months. One person trying to talk about, did she receive the application properly? What time was it? Who gives a fuck, man? That woman didn't write the thing. She was work. Her job was to take it, hand it to the Home Affairs Minister or the Minister of Foreign Affairs. That's it. Why are you penalizing her? Well, is she the scapegoat? Then when you get over her, what's next? The Minister of Foreign Affairs, he's next. Are you going to rally around him for 6 months? Then after him, you'll jump to the Home Affairs Minister. Then you're going to rally around her for 6 months. Then we're going on to 2 years. And you're still dealing with, are you sure you discussed wearing a condom before you had sex? Fuck, man, then the baby is 2 years old. 2 years old. And you can't decide to take responsibility for the fact that you fuck a woman, got her pregnant, and she made a child. Own your crimes. The process was followed. You in special, Azirin. No criminal is special. None. So many people left the country via extradition since your request was made. That man who left a few weeks ago, that Bino guy. Imagine if he had his lawyer say, okay, interview this woman, was the procedure, how did she get? He is out the country. He's in federal prison. You are the only one who are sticking on the before the sex act. and trying to buy time to prolong the issue and not come to the point that a baby is here. The extradition request is before the court. Whether you waste time on why it got to the court, it would not change the fact that it's before the court and it has to be addressed, meaning the magistrate, no matter how she prolongs it, would have to come to that point eventually to say the extradition is proper, the request is proper, and I find no fault with the request and the procedure, so therefore I signed off on that. She has to. So let's see who the next witness will be and how long they're going to prolong that next witness. Because either way, your 10 cars that you donate with blood money is not going to exempt you from extradition. Because if you're saying that Allah blessed you or God blessed you and your family, being free from extradition was not a part of the contract of blessing. You're before the court and you kept fucking up the system. You kept getting favor on favor on favor on favor. You continue to enjoy that. The abuse that you abuse your father, your wife, you're abusing the system. And therefore, you're special. That's what it comes down to. Running around won't change anything. You got to deal with it. This could have been over with a long time. It could. President Irfaan Ali, I applaud the efforts of your government. The world does. Applaud the effort, the initiative, that you're trying your best. We all see that. We all know that. And the good citizens of Guyana understands that. We know that Azirin is buying votes again, buying votes, like he did the last time. I hope there are stricter measures now to make sure that don't happen again. But he's already on that train, donating cars, buying votes, going around the place, giving to them thugs and them scraps and scrapples, buying votes. Let's see how this turns out. But President Ali, this issue with crime in schools, gangs in schools, as you rightly said, sir, it's not a Guyanese thing. And it's not a global thing. The areas of concentration where these things are prevalent around the world, look at the countries where you have these instances. Most are African countries. If they are mixed communities like America, let me tell that that lady boy, Orlando Ferreira, Brooklyn and all those places where they have a large concentration of black people in public schools. Yeah, crime and gangs are prevalent in every facility, every school or college that is public, meaning anybody can go. You have a high concentration of that. Guyana is no different because why? You have a lot of black people in Guyana who shouldn't be parents, who are not qualified to be parents. They get pregnant, and the government are giving out handouts. So they're like, okay, the government is going to take care of the kids. Just bring them forth and leave them to the government. And when they leave them to the government, who raised the kids? Jamaicans. The music of Jamaicans, they raise the black kids. So when they raise the black kids and the black kids go to school, they already graduate in crime from primary school. So when they get to secondary school, they know about everything. Sex, violence, crime, how to plan somebody's murder, what weapon to use. They already get the training in primary school. So secondary school, there are no virgins there. From Form 1 up, no virgins. They're all experienced grown men and women. And they go to school because they don't want to be home. Where they live is not a place they want to be. Not hospitable, not healthy. But instead of enjoying the environment of the schools and making a life with their fellow students, they take the same toxicity from their homes and their neighborhoods and what they have been programmed by these low life thugs from Jamaica in these music they sing and they make, and they form themselves into gang in the schools. For what? Territory? What is the purpose of school gangs? What? To see who can have the most girls in a gang? What are school gangs? You mean the gangs in the neighborhoods? They go to school too. So when they have riff in the neighborhood, and 5 members from a particular gang might be going to the same school, and the rival gang also goes to the same school. When they go to school now, they meet up. And they have to send a message to each other in the schools. Black children that doesn't have a job, no independence, nothing to their name. Got to worry about what kind of food they'll get when they get home. They are so important that they have to plan executing other students, fighting with other students because they're special. When they all have a common interest in the school, getting stupidity out of their mind and trying to become something? Or do they have to go to prison first? Then they will take advantage of the lessons they're getting from prison to learn a trade, to get an education. Then they come out regretting and to start making a contribution to society. That's it. So the objective is President Irfaan Ali to go into these communities to do what? More cash grant? You think it will help them? How would it help them? Talk to them, black men, and tell them, hey, don't smoke drugs around these teenage boys. Don't talk about crime around these teenage boys. Don't let them see with illegal guns or knives. How would you achieve that? The Burnham generation is still live and well. They're still alive. And that generation of Burnham, they made children. And their children made children. That's the gangs you have to deal with. It's the grandchildren of the Burnham generation that is terrorizing Guyanese society every fucking where. Every region in Guyana. The students that are ganging up in schools, violence, fighting, drugs, weapons, identify them, and you will see 95% are black children. And go to their homes and you see who their parents are. You see the neighborhoods they come from. And if you are lucky, you might get to see their grandparents. Then you get the point. Nothing can help these Negroes. Not cash grants, not jobs because they don't want any jobs, not social programs to reform them. They don't want that. What they want is a pip on their shoulder to know that they killed somebody, they stabbed somebody, they bullied somebody. You saw the clip there with 2 women and a man beating another man for whatever reason. And even though the man who was involved in the fight, tell the 2 women, okay, is enough. They run back with spades and wood to kill the man. Who are the 3 people that was trying to murder another man in daylight? 2 black women and a fucking black man. Okay? In teenagers. Imagine they have children that are going to school. My good president, what do you think you get? They're raising those children. That's what they're doing. They're raising gang members, thugs, prostitutes, fucking criminals, murderers and thieves, and future prisoners. That's it. If they can be comfortable, if them niggas can be comfortable to rob a funeral home, come on, man. They're not. They are not even afraid of ghosts. They are not afraid to desecrate the dead because there is no soul in them. They have no soul. They have no sense of feeling. They're just robots, demonic robots. I get it, Mr. President. They're making the country look bad. And yes, the world is going to look at you, the leader. But the world also knows that in Guyana, look at Trinidad. Man, look at the hell that them niggas have Trinidad in. Look at the Caribbean, the other Caribbean country. Jamaica is the murder capital of Latin America, worse than Ecuador. Now Ecuador is cleaned. Jamaica, the murder capital, with a black government, black police officers, black soldiers, everybody black there. Murder capital. My good president, I understand. You want to stop these niggas from doing what they're doing? Stricter penalties. Strict penalties. Get rid of all the magistrates and judges who like to give bails to criminals. Get rid of them. I'm oh fuck, man. I tell you, man. I tell you, I'll be one leader they'll call a dictator. I'll be a happy, proud to be a dictator. I will have control over the judicial system. I'll decide who stays and who leaves. If I see any stupidity like the Judy case and all these people that are getting bail, robbery under arms, they're murdering people and getting bail, they're attacking people and getting bail, I would fire those judges, fire those magistrates. Yeah, I'll do it. Let them go protest. Let them go protest for me firing them. Let them go. The system is too weak. Too much compromises. Too much compromises. It has to stop. How are we supposed to develop the nation when every time it's about how do we help them? We need to educate them. Forever you've been hearing that. Forever. If the PNC couldn't help fucking niggas, you think, Ali, you could do it? They didn't listen to black people. And the PNC didn't do 10% of the stuff that you are doing for Afro-Guyanese. The PNC did nothing. The PNC starved them. They got nothing from the PNC. You have done and is doing so much. None of the countries in CARICOM in Latin America that has black governments has delivered care, compassion, and services to their own people like Guyana president is doing for the Afro-Guyanese. No other leader, not in Africa, not in Latin America, not in the Caribbean, nobody else. And all the black presidents that Guyana had, the only one who tried to at least deal with them niggas who commit crime is Desmond Hoyt. But all the others encouraged it because they always get a cutback. President Ali, spare not the rod and spoil the child. The rod is the law. The child is the Negro children that you are trying to save, but you can't spare the law and just keep talking to them, babysitting them, and having community discussion and outreach and cash grants and this and that, it would not help. It would not help. They need to understand if they are caught with weapons on the school premise, they shall be disqualified, dismissed from the school. First penalty. If they are caught committing any crime, even if it's fighting, they are arrested and they have 6 months in juvenile prison. You started there. This ain't no talking. You can't negotiate with terrorists. These children are terrorists. And their parents support Azirin, the PNC, and all them other niggas on social media that is terrorizing the country. That's what they do. Have to use the rod of correction, which is the law. Empower the police to beat their asses. What happened to those days? When they get whipped, whip them. What happened to those days? Gangs in fucking schools, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They're ganging up on teachers, they're beating up on teachers. These fucking low-life kids, serious low-life kids, fucking hungry belly low-life kids. They have somebody buys sneakers for them, they go to school with the sneakers. Some Chinese counterfeit sneakers with a Nike, with their pants down their waist, and some cheap phone, and they're like swag, and they, fucking low lives. And when they're home, they have to share a plate of food with 5 of them. No, I'm serious, man. You can't treat this thing like the babies, man. These are grown ass women going to secondary schools. Grown women. They know how to fight for men. They know how to talk about sucking dicks and doggy style. They know all that shit since in primary school. You can't treat them like kids with fucking kids. Wasting time going to their homes. It's a waste of time. The law is what can correct them. And that's where Waldron comes in. Home Affairs Minister, Commissioner of Police, stop being soft to your own people. You want to change them? Punish them. You compromise because we're all black people, it won't help. The Indian guy is trying to help them, but you're not. You're black too, Home Affairs Minister. Commissioner, you're black. You want to send them to prison, then to change them? The Indian man is fighting for reparations for fucking niggas. Nobody else is. The Indian man is. The Indo-Guyanese president. He wants a better life for black people, and they don't want it for themselves. I'll take it easy. I think I should stop there, because if I continue, my anger level would raise, and let's stand behind our president. Let's stand behind President Ali. Let's encourage him, stand behind him. We know he's trying. We know he wants the best for Guyana. It's not an easy job. I wouldn't be so patient. He is. God chose him for that position. And he's the right man to lead the country. Thank you, President Ali, for making Guyana great, keeping Guyana safe, and making Guyanese around the world proud of their country. We thank you, sir. Share this live. I want to hear from you. Give me the thumbs up, the like, and I thank you for your attention. Goodbye.